Thursday. I'm Miss Amanda from the Sigourney Library, and sorry I missed you guys last week. I have been down with this sickness, and it was no joke. I have been out for like a week, but I am back and I am better. Thank you to all of my doctors who helped me figure out what was going on and get me better. But we will start with our trivia question that we had last time that I was on. Our last trivia question was, in Home Alone, where are the McAllisters going on vacation when they leave Kevin behind? And they were actually going to Paris. I don't think I knew that before we did this trivia question. The trivia question this week is kind of a subjective one. So according to Good Housekeeping, what are the most popular or the most trendy gifts of 2023? Some of these might surprise you. I'll give you the answer, some of the top 55 that they have on their list at the end of our video. But our books you don't want to miss this week. Our book club book for January is called The Ride of Her Life. It's by Elizabeth Letts. It's a true story of a woman, her horse, and their last chance journey across America. So this was actually suggested by one of my staff members. They read it based on a recommendation from somebody they know, and they said it was one of the best books they've ever read. So I'll read you just a little bit about this. In 1954, 63-year-old Maine farmer Annie Wilkins embarked on an impossible journey. She had no money and no family. She had lost her farm, and her doctor had given her only 2 years to live. But Annie wanted to see the Pacific Ocean before she died. She ignored her doctor's advice to move into the county charity home. Instead, she bought a cast-off brown gelding named Tarzan, donned men's dungarees, and headed south in mid-November, hoping to beat the snow. Annie had little idea what to expect beyond her rural crossroads. She didn't even have a map. But she did have her ex-racehorse, her faithful mutt, and her own unfailing belief that Americans would treat a stranger with kindness. So, 1950s, and she goes cross-country on a horse with no map, no plan, no nothing. So, sounds like a really good book. That will be the book club book for January 20th. My next book you don't want to miss is our Cook the Book recipe book for January. It's Fix It and Forget It, Sweet and Savory Slow Cooker Recipes. And this is just a little guide, but I love how this is set up. Everything has a picture. Because when you're looking at cookbooks, you need to have a picture to see what you're working with here. But this is going to be our cookbook for our January Cook the Book on the 8th at 6 p.m. Again, Cook the Book, you just pick a recipe, you cook it, you bring it to our event on the 8th, and it's like a potluck. It's a really great event. I love it. It's a lot of just social time interacting. Maybe a fraction of it is actually like structured. We talk about our recipes and what was hard, what was easy, you know, if we do it again. But mainly it's just kind of like a potluck social time. So if you like that kind of stuff, make sure you check it out. Upcoming programs. So we do not have toddler time in the next 2 weeks. So for Christmas and New Year's Day, we will not have toddler time. We'll be back on January 8th. Book club, like I said, meets January 20th. And they're reading The Ride of Her Life, the book I just told you about. Cook the Book is on the 8th of January, and that is this book we talked about. After school programs in January will be the 16th, 17th, and 18th. Freezer meals will be at the end of the month, the 23rd and 24th. We are doing favorites. So, let me grab this here for you. So we are doing, all of these are meals that we have done before that were just raved about by our patrons. So this is going to be the January menu. It's very easy. All you do is tell me if you would like a set. We do a set of fulls that feed 4, or we do a set of halves that feed 2. So you just let me know what you'd like to sign up for. You pick up your meals, you get the recipes, you get everything in it that you need to make the meal. They're super easy, they're super delicious. So check them out if you haven't. And then our holiday hours. So we will be closed next Monday, the 25th, and we will be closed on New Year's Day, the 1st. All right, that is all our upcoming programs. We did have our big breakfast with Santa a couple weekends ago. I was going to talk about that last week, and then I ended up getting sick. But I wanted to thank everybody who came out to make that what it was. Like, it was incredible. We had so many people here and so many great comments. Like, we can't wait for that event every single year. I'm already planning for next year, so you know it's one of our favorites. So thank you for everybody who came out to Breakfast with Santa and made it what it is. All right, so our patron question of the day, I kind of glanced over this a couple weeks ago, but I wanted to go into it a little more. Our policy for closing due to weather, I know that hasn't really been an issue yet because it's been so nice outside, but it's Iowa, so snow could happen at any time. So I wanted to go over our policy for closing just so people were aware and didn't come travel to see us if it was bad weather and we did happen to close that day. So our policy is that I talk to my board of trustees, and if we deem the weather to be unsafe or threatening to the safety of my staff or the public, then we will close. So it's not just a decision that we take lightly. I do talk to my board members, and we all collectively make the decision. It is based on a combination of factors. If the city plows are out and clearing the snow routes for the city, but they haven't gotten to us yet, we might delay opening. If my custodian has not been able to clear the snow from the sidewalks or entrances or the ice, we might delay opening or close. If there's a power outage for any reason, we will close just for the safety. Or if the weather is going to be bad, we might close early. So it's just a number of factors, and we do take a lot of things into consideration. So we don't close just willy-nilly just because it happens to be, you know, a dusting of snow. So we do post those on our Facebook page, we post them on our website, and we try to get them out to different radio stations and such. We'll try to get it out to Steve Shetler if we are able to in time for him to announce it on his show. But Facebook would be the first place that I would look. I know not everybody has Facebook, so Facebook or website would be the first place that I would look for closings if you're questioning whether or not to come in. All right, our trivia question of the day. According to Good Housekeeping, what is the most popular or the most trendy gifts of 2023 that they are predicting? So, according to Good Housekeeping, they made a list of the top 55 for kids and for adults. So, for adults, the top gifts included, I'm not going to read all of them, but the big ones were like mystery boxes, subscription boxes. I don't know if you guys have seen many of those, but they're super cool. Like, you can get pretty much anything. You can get food, you can get Pokemon stuff, you can get a tackle box, you can get shaving kits, you can get pretty much anything you can think of. You would be able to get a subscription box or a mystery box for. And some of them are pretty cool. Another thing is scratch-off posters. So I personally have some of these, and they are super cool. I got my husband one a couple years ago for Valentine's Day that is the top 250 rated movies of all time. And we have kind of collectively been going through them. We're not done with the list, but it's fun when we're done with one to scratch one off. They have those for like date nights. They have them for like top 100 books to read. They even have like the top beers to drink. They have all kinds of stuff for these scratch off posters, and they are super cool. Other things for adults: cameras, purses, fidget toys, and a big one was charcuterie things. So like charcuterie accessories and boards and stuff. So many people have been into that. For the kids, some of the top things for kids this year is, according to Good Housekeeping, Furbies. Furbies are making a comeback. Furbies terrify me personally, but, you know, to each their own. Squishmallows. Everybody loves those squishy pillows. cake pop makers. They have a cake pop maker that's like a waffle iron, but it makes cake pops. 3D pen stuff, and crafting kits. So good for you guys for winning crafting kits. I love crafts. My daughter loves crafts. You guys know me. But crafting kits are a big one, and they had a huge range of them, from like the pour paint stuff to simple ones like scratch off crafts and like sticker crafts, and like make your own bracelets, make your own bath bombs. Like, those are super popular. And I think those have been popular for several years, but they're on the top of the list for this year for sure. But that is all I have for you guys for this week. Hopefully you guys have a great, great Christmas and have too much fun and see too much family and get too many hugs. We will see you next week.